Hello everybody! The line from Inverness to Kyle of Lochalsh is a well-known scenic railway in the Highlands of Scotland. Looking at the map, you may wonder why the line makes an elaborate detour around the town of Strathpeffer rather than going through it, as seems more logical. And this film looks at the original station provided for Strathpeffer at Achterneed and the branch line that was eventually built from Fodderty Junction. We'll start at Fodderty Junction, where the trains between Inverness and Kyle negotiate the sharp curve needed to reach the high ground. Here comes the train from Kyle of Lochalsh to Inverness, crossing the peppery. Fodderty Junction. And you will see the formation of the Strathpeffer branch directly in front of you. That's Fodderty Junction. Inverness to Kyle of Lochalsh train. Oh, a nice horn. Hey! And this derelict cottage is sandwiched between the two lines at Fodderty Junction, so it must have some railway background, possibly a signalman's house, I would guess. Well derelict, but of course the line closed in the early 1950s. And that's the back of the house, showing how close it is to the railway line today. And the Strathpeffer branch is behind the snowdrops. Happy to say the Strathpeffer Dingwall Railway is now a footpath and cycleway. There's a beautiful bridge, single track of course, looking towards Strathpeffer, called the Peppery Way. It's a fairly recent addition to the path and cycle network. And there's the line of the railway passing Knockfarrell Hill, looking towards Strathpeffer. And there's a wee bridge there with a path up Knockfarrell. The route continues to Dingwall that way. Any ideas what this was? Please let me know in the comments below. This is between Fodderty and Strathpeffer. See some upended sleepers there. Wider than the single track branch that it was. And here's the turning off the main road up to Achterneed, which according to my little Garmin device is just over 30 metres above sea level. So the climb is from 30 metres up to Achterneed station. It's 1.2 miles between the two stations. The first station at Achterneed, which is round the corner to the left, and the second station, built in 1885, which was down there. This deviation was built as a cost-cutting exercise because the landowner, Sir William Mackenzie, only wanted the railway to go through Strathpeffer, through a tunnel and through landscaped cuttings, which proved to be too expensive. Achterneed level crossing. That's the station house, and the platform was in front of the station house, just on the left of the track there. The station is 78 metres above sea level, which may not seem much, but you'll see that the lane from Strathpeffer is quite narrow and steep and winding. The people of Strathpeffer were very annoyed with the inconvenience of having to come up to Achterneed for the train, and it was thought to put tourists off. In September 1897, some wagons from a freight train broke loose from a train that was heading up the hill from Dingwall to Strome Ferry, and a number of wagons rolled back all the way down the hill through Fodderty into Dingwall, smashing through the level crossing gates, coming to a stand just before Dingwall station. Fortunately, nobody was killed or injured. The coupling on the freight train failed because the locomotive was having difficulty getting traction on the steep incline up to the summit at Raven Rock, which is about 150 metres above sea level. And this caused a lot of tension on the couplings, one of which broke. Down they go. This is the train from Inverness to Kyle, which will be climbing up the hill to Raven Rock summit, and I can hear it coming now. And up the gates go. And there's the Highland Hotel, built by the Highland Railway and opened in 1911 to cash in on the spa traffic to the wonderful town of Strathpeffer. And there on the other side of the road is the spa pavilion with the sun coming up behind it. And the Highland Hotel has really good views over the village. And there's the parade of shops in the centre of the village. And there's a view of the Highland Hotel seen from above, and you can see the spa pavilion behind it. And I've just climbed a wee hill to take this photograph. Strathpeffer's still a really attractive village. There we go, there's another view of Strathpeffer. The hoteliers of Strathpeffer were still not satisfied after the Highland Railway built the branch line, and in 1908 the Highland Railway kitted out a motor car with adverts on the sides which toured northern England promoting Strathpeffer. The LMS also endeavoured to promote Strathpeffer, and after the Second World War did consider purchasing the spa in Strathpeffer to develop it, but they found it was too dilapidated to be worthwhile. The town has lost its significance as a spa town, and nowadays it's more hill walkers that stay here and people just wanting a nice break in the rather grand hotels that the town still sports. The Ben Wyvis Hotel even has a path down to the station. And there's the station down there, and Ben Wyvis in the background when it's clear. In the spa's heyday, the Strathpeffer Spa Express connected off a London train at Aviemore and ran non-stop to Dingwall via the Inverness avoiding line. There have also been through sleeper carriages to or from London at some periods. And in spite of the efforts of both the Highland Railway and the LMS, Strathpeffer waned in popularity as a spa. And shortly after nationalisation, British Railways closed the line first to passengers and then to coal traffic, which was the last traffic. And if it weren't for Sir William Mackenzie's pompous attitude of requiring the railway to go through Strathpeffer in a tunnel or a landscaped cutting, it may well still be served by the trains to Kyle of Lochalsh. The line was closed to passenger traffic in 1946 and to freight traffic in 1951. During the First World War, the area north and west of Inverness was considered of strategic military importance, and only residents or people with a special permit to enter the area were allowed to travel. Strathpeffer station was used instead to bring soldiers on their way to military hospitals in the area, some of the hotels having been commandeered for that purpose. Strathpeffer station was derelict for years. Now it's been beautifully restored, and it contains a tea room, a craft shop, a museum, and a garden where you can sit. And that's the end of the line at Strathpeffer, where I can see my first primroses of the year. And if it weren't for Sir William Mackenzie, the line would have continued from here. And there's the bridge from the platform to the garden. And in that direction you can see the line going towards Fodderty Junction. How nice it is to see old station buildings restored and put to good use. And there's a lady here on the platform who can tell us about one of the museums.
The Museum of Childhood here, the Highland Museum of Childhood, based in this lovely old Victorian railway station, tells the stories of a Highland childhood from the late 1800s up to the present day, and is a lovely visit for people of all ages, open from springtime right through until December each year.
That's fine, thank you very much. The station always looks so enchanting in the sunshine. A bit of maintenance work going on